Hey, good evening, folks. Ray here with your Movement Monday, Ray and Ryan. Movement Monday with Ryan and Ray. Welcome to our chat, our live session. How's it going, Ryan?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Wrapping up Monday. It's been a
Yeah.
Monday. um, jump right in. Ryan, you had a topic for today?
Yeah, we were kind of chatting a little bit before we went live and been kind of feeling a little bit of a hole lately, and not anything bad necessarily, but just, kind of unfortunately, I guess, the way I look at it, we live kind of in a part of the country where this time of year, obviously winter, fall, weather gets worse, kind of outdoor stuff slows way down or
Mm-hmm.
stops. And I don't have anything planned in the near future, as far as like races or, any competition or anything like that. And I'm just that whole, I feel I'm missing being with my people, running
Yeah,
Tough Mudders, or Spartan races with you and stuff like that, or running races with, some of the people from my gym, just missing that camaraderie that, hey, we're all going to achieve this, whatever it is. And some of that little competition, but that camaraderie and that we're all moving forward towards a goal.
definitely.
And
No, I completely understand that.
just kind of feel a little empty in that sense. I still see a lot of them, kind of in and out at the gym, passing and stuff. But it's not the same as when you're, doing something together.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not only that, but now, I'm missing our innovative family.
Yes.
I know a bunch of them just got back from a cruise a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately we weren't able to go. But just I miss our family there. I
Yeah.
want to see. I miss seeing people and be able to give them hugs and, hey, how you doing, and hang out with them. And so just it's different areas, but kind of all lumped in that same feeling. So
And I understand that 100%. And I think, you kind of touched a little bit on something that triggers a different thought in that it's kind of important right now to find those things that help with keep you moving, keep you motivated, because not only does it get gloomy and rainy starting about now, but like, those are the things that you need to be fighting off by getting your exercises and reducing those endorphins and whatnot. So it becomes kind of a compounded struggle. And it's much more comfortable to just be sitting at home and comfortable on the couch and grabbing a blanket and watching a movie, and then, well, what do you do when you watch a movie? You have snacks. And so you have snacks, and then you're not active, and so it just compounds. And that's where all of those seasonal pounds start to come in as well. So,
yeah,
um, no, I feel that 100%. I saw something on Facebook that was like a Dia de los Muertos medal, and I'm like, it's a virtual run, so I was like, well, I mean, if that's the kind of run that I have to do right now, I guess I'll do that. I know that there's runs here and there, but it's just it is October's a really busy month for us. Cruz's birthday's next weekend. My cousin's birthday's a couple days before. My other cousin's getting married this coming weekend, and then we have a trip plan that's I can't say that too loud because I don't want Cruz to hear me. It's a surprise. But um, we've just got so much going on, so just trying to find something in between to help keep going with the exercise and stay focused and stay on track. So I hear what you're saying 100%.
yeah. I'm still going to the gym every day and still doing
Mm-hmm.
that, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just that extra. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. There's just that a feeling in there that's like, okay, I need something more.
Mm-hmm.
The gym's good and it feels good, but I need something more, something to get the adrenaline flowing a little more, get those juices going. You know,
Yeah. Well, and that's for me. I realized this morning. I went to the gym this morning, and Mondays are. We've talked about it before. Mondays are a little bit of a struggle, but I remind myself that there's an importance of me being there. I do have a buddy that works out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so he sometimes comes to my classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But he motivates me to move a little bit faster. He's about 10 years younger than me, but he's fast. He's motivational, and so it helps to keep me going. And when I go to class, most of the time that time of the morning, there's mostly ladies in there, and that's fine. But there's a handful of them that all work out at the same. They kind of have their clique, and so not that I'm not part of their clique because I am their coach on some of the days, but it's just a different vibe with having the guy in there that's kind of like, well, I'll feed off of him and feed off of his energy, and so hopefully he brings the energy, and if he doesn't, then it's normally kind of like Heidi says with either if you're not there or if you don't need the meeting needs you. Well, it's like if you don't need the class needs you. And so it's very similar to that. And so I'm grateful that that he's been in there and helped keeping me focused. And I forgot where I was going with that, but but yeah, it's been nice to have a little bit of motive. Oh, I know where I was going. I realized when I was leaving this morning that I can't remember if it had to be August now, but like September, I missed I think 3 out of the 4 Saturday workouts, just because we're into soccer season now, and so Cruz has earlier soccer games, but we also had a wedding. We also had, I guess I didn't miss 2 of the workouts, but I didn't hit the gym on the Saturdays because I went to the Spartan race and I went to the Tough Mudder. So it's just kind of my whole tracks off. And then in those races, in the Tough Mudder anyway, I didn't track my workout. So my watch didn't show that I hit my rings for those days, and so I had posted my my August calendar and every day, but Sundays were my rest day, and so it looked really good in August, and I'm like, wow, September didn't look near as good as my October report did, but I'm still moving. It's just like there's more going on now, and it is getting tougher to make those work, but still able to get my Monday, Wednesday, Friday in. I've just the Tuesday and Thursday, now that I've switched to strength training on Tuesday and Thursday, those are a little bit shorter because I don't have as much endurance with the strength, and I was walking, and so that took a lot longer. So my rings closing on my watch are starting to look a little sparse, and I feel it. It's more of a mental thing of I'm doing stuff, but it's just not trackable workouts, and so I don't care for that. I want the credit for my watch. So,
right.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I had a couple, I think it was last week, one of the days, our gym has an app, like I'm sure yours does too, but where that's how we have to go in and like register for the classes that we're going to go to and sign in. And then for the workouts, it's got a spot where you can keep track, what weight you lifted for this or how fast you did it, all that stuff. But then at the same time, it creates a whiteboard. It's a leaderboard, but they call it the whiteboard.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it lists everybody, on down. If you're doing RX stuff or scaled stuff, it doesn't really matter, but it orientates it all. And one of the days we had to do, we had to keep track of total reps, but it was like 5 or 6 different things. Like, okay, 30 seconds of this, rest a little bit, and then 40 seconds of this. And you just keep going for a while. And after like the first 2 things, I lost count, which is fine. I just kept moving. So when it came to enter the results, I put, I lost count, but I'm sure it was 1 more rep than what my buddy does, who hadn't even taken the class yet. I think he's been going. He either goes early in the morning, or he goes in the evening, depending on his work schedule, because he bounces from days to nights and stuff. So just to kind of poke the bear a little bit and have some fun. I mean, we're really good friends. He was on the team, my head to coast team that we ran with. So it was all in good fun. But I said, yeah, hey, I lost count, but I'm pretty sure it was one more than he did. So then the next day, I posted my stuff for real, and they said, hey, their comment on there, hey, you started this, so theirs was one more than what I did. So it's been fun because I haven't seen those guys in a while. So it felt good to kind of have that little banter back and forth.
Yeah.
Without even seeing each other. So
I mean, that's, the measurable workouts mean a lot. I mean, it's kind of the goofiest thing, but that measurement ends up meaning, we have splat points is what they call it. It's every minute that you're over 80% of your max heart rate, you earn a splat point. And your goal for each class is between 12 and 20 splat points. And so typically if you hit more than 20, it's kind of, basically it's saying you overdid it, but it's not like, it's not, you know what your body can do. And so the goal is between 12 and 20. So you're trying to get at least 12, and then that brings the altitude burn that you have for the next 24 hours or so. And so on the days when it's harder to get up to those, that 12 minutes in that high heart rate zone, it's kind of like, well, but everybody kind of learns to adjust their mentality of, well, it was more focused on the strength day, so you're not sitting there running on the treadmill. But like this morning's was 23 minutes of straight running, and so I had 19 spot points this morning, and so it's like, so I recognize that that's a lot of running. I earned my splats. I got my heart rate up, and that's where that's at. But and we have rowing challenges and whatnot. And so that those measurables become huge. But I know that there's a lot of people that look for that leaderboard because they want to know, when we have the challenges, we have up next Tuesday, we have a 500-meter row. That's a benchmark. And so it gets posted and the results get posted. And so, everybody's looking for one to PR and two to see where they ranked, and so we only show the top three of each age group. And then it's, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, all the way up to, 70 plus. And then it's men and women are on two different scales. And so, but, making the leaderboard just, it either solidifies that you are where you think you are, or just lets gauge where, where your goal needs to be, or where your goal might want to be, And so it's, I know that I'll get to a point where I might not be able to beat that, but if I can beat it by 0.1, 0.2 seconds or 0.1 or 1 or 2 meters, then it's still a PR. So
exactly.
Yeah. Well, and with this, with a row coming up, I'm still working through the whole tailbone issue and trying to lean back on the backside of that row that's leaning right onto my tailbone. Today, I actually rode better than I have since I injured it. And so I'm hoping that means with another, almost 2 weeks, that I'll be able to get that 500-meter row and then, to how I normally row. And it's going to be a benchmark that actually is a true benchmark for me, and not one that's kind of like, well, I did it. So, yeah.
Very good. Well, I'm sure you'll recover and you'll get there.
Yeah. Well, we have, so at the end of the month, we have what they call Hell Week. So it's every October, towards the end of October, it's Hell Week, and it's just what it sounds like. It is just rigorous workouts, and it's a challenge. I mean, and there's lots of sweat, lots of work in it. So, I've now coached it. This will be the third year that I've coached it. So, and as a member, I did it once too, and it's a different challenge, but it's fun. There's theme days and but it's there's theme days, but also like spirit days type of thing. It's like Spirit Week, but also all the templates are themed, and they're secret until the day that they come up, so that way people can't see what they were. And it's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know a couple of the CrossFit competitions I've done, the workouts, they'll maybe give you the first one like a week before, but then the rest of it, it's like sometimes you don't find out till the day of what the rest of them are. So kind of really keeps you on your toes. But then you have to kind of train a broad variety of stuff because you don't know what they're going to throw at you.
Yeah. Do you guys see your workout? How far in advance do you get to see your workouts?
Just regular day to day at the gym. They usually post it the night before.
Okay.
So
That's
around 8 o'clock or so, 8:30, somewhere in there, that usually gets put up.
okay. Yeah, in ours aren't technically posted. They're supposed to be, you come in and you get what you get. But being that we have studios in Australia, a lot of the Australian folks post stuff on Reddit, and then that's almost a full day before it happens here. So the information always comes out. So there's a lot of people that actually check the Reddit to see what the workouts are before they happen, and I try not to do that because I try to be as surprised as most of them. But again, working through an injury, I have been checking the workouts. I have access to the workouts, but it's supposed to be, only for staff to be able to see it. So
right.
But
So,
there's ways around it people find.
yeah. So is Orange Theory, does it, so like tomorrow, Tuesday, does
Mhm.
every Orange Theory have the same workout every day
Yes.
across the nation, across the world,
Yeah.
wherever? Oh,
So
wow.
we have a template design team that they design the template, and that goes out like usually, like I think where are we at the 10th. So probably next week, November's will come out, and then they'll have they have a template rollout webinar, and so the head coaches and managers and whatnot can watch that live, but then we get access to it, the recording afterwards as coaches. And so go watch it, and they give you kind of highlights and lowlights of what's coming up. And so I guess there's not really lowlights, but highlights of what the workout is, and just different. Sometimes there's new things that may be confusing, or they give you pointers on how to help people, because the information isn't always easily shared or isn't easily comprehended by some people, because they just come up with some random stuff sometimes, and it's like, okay, well, so they tell you, well, here's how you're going to want to coach that. You want to make sure that you pinpoint this and whatnot. And so, they do a pretty good job of giving you the tools that you need to make sure that you can provide, quality work, coach a quality workout. And so, but yeah, we see them on, and they do have, some variations here and there, because they give us like alternate workouts. And so, like on some Saturdays, some studios will do a 90-minute class versus the 60-minute that we normally do. We have a workout that's called a tornado workout, so they usually throw a couple of those in there. So if somebody wants to do like a specialty workout for something, and the tornado is just, there's lots of rotations out, so it spins, tornado. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I mean, probably about 95, a little bit more maybe percent of the workouts are all the same across the Orange Theory Nation. And so,
Interesting.
And yeah, that's how Australia gets them. And so I know that there's studios in like Australia. I know there's some in Mexico. There's some in other countries. I don't even know which ones, but like it's just, and some of the terms are constant: base, push, and all out. I've heard that people go to other countries, and that they'll be talking through it, and all you hear is, all right, all out. It's like, okay. So, I mean, but then you go to different countries and you're working with metric system, and so you don't know what intensity that's working on filling there. So
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to take one out of the country yet. I've been to 7 different states, Orange Theories in 7 different states, but not out of the country yet. So
Interesting. Yeah, because our CrossFit, I think each gym owner or affiliate has the choice of using like CrossFit's programming, or they can write their own, or there's a couple other really big gyms. I know in San Diego, and I think there's a couple in the Midwest that you can opt into their programming. So, I mean, you could walk into 3 different CrossFit gyms in the same like general area and they'd be doing 3 different workouts.
okay.
So it's,
Yeah.
there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
So no, that I find that interesting that it's the same throughout the whole. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, but then there's also the consideration for it's coached differently. Even though we're coaching the same workout, you could be coached, a
Right.
different way, and different coaches have different things that they focus on, and different fluctuations and different energies. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk a little bit innovative.
Alrighty.
Let's the Gen 2 patches. Have you had them, tried them yet?
I've only tried. I still had I think at least a month's full of the Gen 1 ones, so I'm getting through those before I start the new ones. With the exception of the immune patches, and so I put those on. Because the adhesive is definitely a seal, like they say, and so and that's what with the immune, there's not really a filling there; it's more of a protection. So
Yeah.
I don't have any, I'm still keeping healthy. So, yeah.
I just put same situation you were in. I wanted to get through my old ones first before I opened the new package, and just put the complete and immune on today. And I'll say just after one day, because we've talked, the energy patch was a big favorite between the two of us. I never felt any drop off today at all.
Nice. Okay.
So, and that's just with the complete and the immune.
Yeah.
So I think I'd heard somebody else on one of our meetings say that, and I was like, yeah, well, let's see. And absolutely.
Yeah, that was Amanda. I remember she said that. Yeah.
Yeah, felt exactly the same as I had been all day long.
All righty. Well, I mean, that's I'm trying very hard to get through what what I have, so don't want to waste them.
Right. Exactly.
And so, but I have them on deck, ready to go. So.
Yeah, they do obviously look different.
Yes.
We've got the color, so which patch it is now.
Yeah.
So if you drop some and get them mixed up, you're not playing Russian roulette to figure out what patch you're going to put on.
Yeah.
A little bigger, and they do feel different, like to the touch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once I put them on, it felt the same as Gen 1.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I said, I've only done the immune one, and Cruz actually wears the immune, so he noticed, and he was pretty excited that they were colored because having to guess, he stressed on it. So he'd be like, "Well, which one is this?" And so now that the immune's yellow, he knows which one it is, and he wears that one every day along with the kids patch still. So luckily we had a bunch of the kids patches left too. So but once we run out of those, we'll get him back to the half of the complete. So
yeah, I think our next order we're going to add some CBD because we still had a few to get through. Had plenty, so we're like, well, let's just wait till our normal time when we need them, not just they're brand new, let's go get them. So it's hard to be patient,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to be patient. No,
I feel like completely.
Get through these first, and then we can try the new stuff.
Yeah, so, my cousin is getting married this weekend. I'm going to send him some. He's pretty nervous, so I'm going to have him try the Gen 2 CBD. He needs some help chilling out.
So, I can't wait to try those to feel the difference. Because I'm sure there probably will. There's got to be a little slight, I would think, just because they're bigger. But yeah, we'll see. But no, I'm excited about them. I think they're pretty cool, especially after it's only one day, but not feeling any different. That's very exciting.
That's all. No, that's huge. I went to the doctor today. I had my annual checkup, and they go through all my numbers, and I'm like, well, you're doing good. You're doing good. This, you can afford to lose some weight, but that. So, they're like, your vitals are are amazing. I'm like, yeah, I mean, well, and he seemed to know what the patches were, which was different to me because I've always had to explain to my doctors, and it was a doctor that I hadn't seen before. But I almost feel like he thought there was something else, and so he's like, "Oh, what did he say? What's the kinetic tape on your back?" And I said, "It's not kinetic tape, so it's I said it's vitamins." He goes, "Oh, okay, you wear your vitamins in patch form." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, well, it's good. I'm glad to see you take vitamins." I was like, "Oh, of course, every day." So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the same reaction when I showed my docs, because I had him on, was
Yeah.
getting a physical, and I took my shirt off. He's like, "Oh, did you get shots?" I'm like, "No, it's my vitamins." And he kind of looked at me, and then I pulled the package out and showed him to him. And he just kind of gave it a quick little glance and handed it back. "Oh, that's cool, good job," and then
Yeah.
carried on with the stuff. And that was it. That was the end of it. So,
Yeah. Well, good.
yeah,
Anything else?
no, I think we're good.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, just touch base real quick. As Ryan and I have been chatting about, we are both promoters for Innovative Nutrition and Innovative Posh. So we do have a line of vitamin patches as well as supplements and some self-care products, bath bombs, face masks, lotions, and whatnot. So if that's anything you'd like more information on, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. We'd love to share, love to answer any questions you have. We're up to date pretty much with our episodes up to date. So if this is your first experience of joining us here, and you want to hear more and hear other items or other topics we've discussed, please take a look, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. We'd love the support. If you'd like to join us, if fitness and nutrition is something that's a passion of yours, we'd love to have a guest. We'd love to have some input on topics you'd like to see us discuss. Please reach out to either one of us, and we'll do our best to work that in. Other than that, we will see you all next time. Have a great week.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Ray.
You too. Talk later.